In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on October 20th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Rams. We have now reached Week 7 in the NFL season, and one of the most compelling matchups on the West Coast features the Las Vegas Raiders squaring off against the Los Angeles Rams. These two teams last clashed on December 8, 2022, when the Rams emerged victorious with a narrow 17-16 win at home. As both teams come into this game with shaky records, fans can expect an intriguing showdown as they seek to improve their standings. The Los Angeles Rams, fresh off a bye week, are gearing up to host the Las Vegas Raiders in this exciting Week 7 matchup. Typically, I would be hesitant to place such a significant wager on a Rams team riddled with issues, but the current state of the Raiders is alarming. In just a few weeks into the season, Las Vegas has made notable changes, including switching quarterbacks and trading away their top wide receiver. If these drastic moves don't signal that things have gone off course for this team, I don't know what would. In their most recent outing, the Raiders faced a humiliating defeat at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that generally does not dominate its opponents in that fashion. When a team manages to lose by a score of 32-13 to Justin Fields, who only threw for 145 yards, it's clear that serious introspection is needed. To add insult to injury, the week prior to the loss against Pittsburgh, the Raiders suffered another defeat, this time losing by 16 points to Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. While they managed to secure a fluke victory over the Baltimore Ravens early in the season, which led some to believe they still had some competitive spirit, they have largely struggled in their other games. Their only additional win came against the 1-5 Cleveland Browns, where they scraped by with a mere 4-point victory in a contest where they produced less than 275 total yards of offense. The recent quarterback switch from Gardner Minshew to Aiden O'Connell has not significantly altered the Raiders' fortunes, as O'Connell has only managed to average a disappointing 5.4 yards per attempt in his 2 starts. Furthermore, do not expect him to receive much assistance from the rushing attack, which has been one of the worst in the league. In fact, the Raiders currently rank 31st out of 32 teams in both total rushing yards and yards per carry. Their last 2 games ended in losses by a staggering total of 35 points, with their defeats coming at the hands of Bo Nix and Justin Fields. The situation for the Las Vegas Raiders is increasingly dire. They continue to rely on an inexperienced quarterback, struggle with injuries, and have just traded away their star receiver, Davante Adams. With their current trajectory, it seems they are moving nowhere fast, and I would prefer to steer clear of them for now. On the other hand, the Los Angeles Rams are expected to be as healthy as they have been in a long time, especially after having an extra week to prepare for this matchup. The Rams coaching staff has proven to be reliable most weeks, and the additional time off should only serve to enhance their advantage. There should be no excuses for the Rams in this game, and they have successfully covered the spread in their last 3 home games as favorites. The quarterback change for the Raiders did not yield the desired results, and I believe this game ultimately comes down to a question of which team is more broken, the Raiders or the Rams defense. While both squads have their issues, I still feel confident in the Rams' ability to deliver offensively. The Rams at least have a semblance of a game plan, and playing at home should give them the edge they need to succeed. Thus, the Los Angeles Rams to win the game and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The struggles of both offenses to establish a solid running game will likely contribute to this matchup exceeding the total points projected. Anticipate each quarterback having plenty of opportunities to pass the ball on Sunday. This should lead to numerous big plays and fast-scoring drives, particularly given that both defenses rank among the bottom 5 in points allowed per game. The Los Angeles Rams defense allows more yards per pass attempt than any other team in the NFL, while the Las Vegas defense, although somewhat decent against the pass, will have to contend with the return of Cooper Kupp to the Rams lineup, which could tip the balance. Additionally, the Raiders offense has a tendency to put their defense in tough situations with poor starting field positions. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs are aiming to secure their third consecutive road victory when they face the San Francisco 49ers in an exciting rematch of their Super Bowl showdown on Sunday afternoon. This highly anticipated game will take place at Levi's Stadium, setting the stage for two of the NFL's most dynamic teams to compete for momentum as the season unfolds. In their most recent outing, the Chiefs claimed a solid 26-13 win against the New Orleans Saints, comfortably covering the 5.5-point spread. Meanwhile, the 49ers earned an impressive 36-24 victory over the Seattle Seahawks, exceeding expectations as 3.5-point favorites. In their last 10 meetings, Kansas City holds a 7-3 edge over San Francisco, with their most recent encounter ending in a 25-22 win for the Chiefs. Kansas City is currently riding a 5-game winning streak, while San Francisco has struggled, dropping 3 of their last 5 contests. Although the 49ers boast a more productive offense overall, the Chiefs enter this game with a significant advantage thanks to their elite passing attack, led by Patrick Mahomes. Despite the injury to running back Isaiah Pacheco, Kansas City's ground game has continued to produce efficiently. Head coach Andy Reid's teams have also excelled following a bye week, as evidenced by his remarkable 21-4 career record, including an 8-3 mark with the Chiefs. San Francisco's defense, especially their run defense, remains solid, but their secondary has been severely impacted by injuries. This was evident in their recent game against the Seahawks, where they surrendered over 300 passing yards to quarterback Geno Smith. With Mahomes and the Chiefs' potent aerial attack coming to town, the 49ers may struggle to contain Kansas City's offense. San Francisco's offensive challenges are further compounded by injuries to their running back core, limiting their depth at the position. As a result, the 49ers may need to rely more heavily on the passing game than they typically prefer. However, Kansas City's pass defense has been especially strong on the road, allowing fewer than 200 passing yards per game, which could make it difficult for San Francisco to establish rhythm on offense. The Chiefs have also shown an impressive ability to integrate new contributors into their system seamlessly, with players like Kareem Hunt and Juju Smith-Schuster providing reliable options for Mahomes. Kansas City will likely emphasize controlling possession by mixing in their rushing attack, keeping San Francisco's defense on its heels. With the 49ers struggling to get off the field on third downs and facing red zone challenges, the Chiefs are well positioned to capitalize. Kansas City's relentless pass rush is another factor that could disrupt San Francisco's offensive plans. Given these dynamics, the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In terms of the point total, both teams have demonstrated a tendency to play high-scoring games recently. San Francisco has gone over the total in 3 of their last 4 contests, while Kansas City has hit the over in 3 of their previous 6 games. The Chiefs are averaging 24 points per game, powered by their efficient passing offense, which will likely find success against San Francisco's injury-riddled secondary. The 49ers have surrendered over 300 passing yards in consecutive games and allowed at least 24 points in 2 straight matchups, which could open the door for another productive day for Mahomes and company. San Francisco is currently averaging 27 points per game, with much of their success coming through the air. Given Kansas City's vulnerability in the secondary, they rank 20th in the league in pass defense. The 49ers will likely lean heavily on their aerial attack, particularly with injuries depleting their running back depth. Quarterback Brock Purdy has been delivering consistently high yardage performances, maintaining one of the top completion rates in the NFL. Mahomes, on the other hand, continues to rank among the top 5 in completion percentage, helping the Chiefs move the chains effectively on third down. This game has the potential to turn into a shootout, with both offenses needing to keep pace to remain competitive. If either team builds a 2-score lead, expect the pace of play to accelerate as the trailing team will be forced to take more risks. Both the Chiefs and 49ers feature versatile playmakers capable of being utilized creatively in the red zone, which could further contribute to the scoring. For these reasons, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Jets versus Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday Night Football presents a compelling American Football Conference matchup between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The last time these teams faced off was in 2022, when the Jets pulled off a narrow 24-20 victory on the road. Heading into this week's contest, both teams find themselves on different ends of recent results. The Jets suffered a heartbreaking 23-20 loss at home to the Buffalo Bills on Monday night, failing to cover as 1.5-point underdogs. Meanwhile, the Steelers cruised to an easy 32-13 win over the Raiders in Las Vegas, covering the 3.5-point spread without much resistance. Although it's only midweek, this game is already generating plenty of storylines, and sorting out what matters from what doesn't is no small task. One of the biggest question marks for Pittsburgh is at quarterback. There's still no confirmation on who will get the start, and that decision will shape the team's game plan significantly. Both the Jets and Steelers have struggled offensively this season, with neither ranking higher than 20th in points or total yards per game. Both squads have relied heavily on their defenses to keep them competitive. For the Jets, it's been a turbulent stretch both on and off the field. After a poor Week 5 performance against the Vikings in London, New York fired head coach Robert Saleh, hoping to spark a turnaround. In Week 6, the drama continued as the Jets missed 2 crucial field goals and failed to capitalize on multiple red zone opportunities, leading to another disappointing loss. Receiver Mike Williams has now been floated as trade bait after dropping a critical pass from Aaron Rodgers late in that game. To make things even more interesting, New York made a splash by acquiring Davante Adams from the Raiders for a conditional third-round draft pick in 2025. The big question is whether Adams will elevate the Jets' offense immediately. Rodgers and Adams share a long history from their days with the Packers, but re-establishing that chemistry on a new team takes time. So far, the Jets have managed only 16 points per game when facing above-average defenses this season, including matchups against the 49ers, Broncos, Vikings, and Bills. There's no doubt that the Rodgers to Adams connection can make a difference, but asking them to do it in their first game together on the road in Pittsburgh might be too much. Pittsburgh's offense also has a lot of room for improvement, and the ongoing uncertainty at quarterback makes things even murkier. However, the Steelers' defense has been a dominant force all season. They currently rank second in the league in points allowed per game and 8th in total yards allowed. Additionally, they are among the top 5 in several critical defensive metrics, including points per play, turnover margin, and opponent yards per rush. Their ability to stifle opposing run games could spell trouble for the Jets, who have one of the league's worst rushing offenses. New York ranks 30th in rushing play percentage, 28th in yards per carry, and 30th in rushing yards per game. With the Jets' ground attack likely to struggle, Rodgers will be forced to shoulder more of the offensive burden against a defense led by one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, T.J. Watt. Given the short week and the constant swirl of drama, it's difficult to imagine the Jets executing at a high level in this environment. This game sets up as a classic situation for Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, who has a strong track record as a home underdog. Pittsburgh is also making a bold move at quarterback, benching Justin Fields in favor of Russell Wilson, which could give the offense a new dimension. While no one expects the Steelers' offense to become explosive overnight, Wilson's ability to avoid turnovers makes him a natural fit for Pittsburgh's ball control style of play. He might also open up more opportunities for mid-range and deep passes, which have been lacking in recent weeks. The Jets, meanwhile, are on a 3-game losing streak and appear to be in free fall. Although firing Saleh was meant to address their struggles, it's unlikely to be a quick fix. The offense is averaging only 19 points per game, placing them 23rd in the league, and now they face one of the toughest defenses in football. With a short turnaround and plenty of uncertainty surrounding the roster, the Jets face an uphill battle. Given the circumstances, the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams are expected to struggle offensively in this matchup. Pittsburgh's defense is coming off another dominant performance and excels at limiting the run, allowing just 3.6 yards per carry, second best in the NFL. Adding to their strength, the Steelers could welcome back Alex Highsmith from a groin injury. If Highsmith is available, he will join forces with T.J. Watt to create one of the most formidable edge rushing duos in the league, which spells trouble for the Jets' offensive line, especially with starting tackle Morgan Moses out of the lineup. New York's defense, though, has been almost as effective as Pittsburgh's. The Jets rank 7th in points allowed per game and 9th in opponent yards per carry. With the Steelers' offensive line weakened by injuries, the Jets' defensive front could create significant problems for Pittsburgh, turning this game into a defensive slugfest. Tomlin's decision to switch quarterbacks adds another layer of intrigue to this matchup. The move to bench Fields is puzzling, especially considering the Steelers were 4-2 and leading their division with him at the helm. Fields was well liked within the locker room room, and the abrupt change could disrupt team chemistry. There are also concerns about how the offense will respond to Wilson, especially given the presence of outspoken personalities like George Pickens, who has been known to voice his frustration when not heavily targeted. Both teams are introducing new elements to their offenses, Wilson for Pittsburgh and Adams for the Jets, making it unlikely that either offense will run smoothly right away. With both squads boasting better defenses than offenses, this game feels destined to be low-scoring. Each team has hit the under in 4 of its 6 games this season, and with this one set to take place in the national spotlight of Sunday Night Football, the smart bet is on the under hitting once again. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.